You arrive softly, as if carried by a whisper. The air feels like a gentle brush, almost warm, like the light of a distant candle across your skin. Your feet do not touch any ground, your body floats in a quiet current, the river of light flowing around you, beneath you, and through you. You feel the hum of stars, subtle and slow, a vibration you can almost hear in the hollows of your chest. You inhale slowly, and the breath stretches like a ribbon, curling around your lungs, spilling gently into the expanse. You exhale. The current nudges you forward. The river of light is gentle, wider than you can see, yet narrow enough to cradle your body, your thoughts, your awareness. It moves around small pebbles of dust, around drifting glimmers of cosmic frost, carrying everything along its soft, unhurried path. You notice the faint shimmer of distant suns, like glimmering lanterns far along the stream. Their warmth reaches you, not harsh, not demanding, only comforting, as if the universe itself were tucking you into a blanket woven from photons and quiet murmurs. Somewhere ahead, shadows gather, pooling like slow rivers of ink in the water. They are not frightening. You sense their depth, the gentle folding of the current as it bends toward them. They are wells in the river, quiet dips in the flow, places where the current slows and curves around invisible shapes. You hover, suspended in the gentle tug, feeling your heartbeat match the slow rhythm of the cosmic stream. You notice your chest rising and falling in tandem with the distant hum, a soft vibration that seems to cradle every thought you forgot you were carrying. The shadows are playful in their own way. You imagine them stretching lazily, like cats curling in the sun, or like your favorite blanket drifting over your shoulders. They hint at mysteries, not dangers. Perhaps a firefly darts through, or a stray photon curls around your hand like a small, curious friend. You smile softly, and the current carries your grin forward, folding it into the fabric of light. Even the shadows seem to respond with a quiet ripple, a subtle nod along the river. You feel the tug stronger now, a gentle invitation, not an insistence. The river bends around the shadows, guiding you closer, whispering its secrets without hurry. Black holes are part of this soft choreography. They are not monsters. They are the river's pauses, the moments where the flow folds in on itself, creating shapes that invite reflection. They cradle the current, bending it with care, shaping the paths of stars and dust in the same way your breath shapes the clouds of your exhale. As you drift, you notice tiny spirals of light twisting near the shadows. Each one curls slowly, like smoke from a candle you once held, spiraling upward in a lazy dance. They are small reminders that even near the quiet depths, light persists. Even when the river seems to fold, even when it dips into the invisible wells, there is warmth, there is glow, there is movement. You inhale slowly, and it feels as if these spirals of light drift into your lungs, filling every corner with soft luminescence. Your fingers brush against the current, and it feels like liquid warmth, like honey trickling slowly over your skin. You imagine the river stretching into infinity, meandering across time and space, carrying everything along its gentle flow. You feel weightless, yes, but also held, supported, guided. Every particle that drifts by seems to greet you silently, leaving tiny ripples that tickle the edges of your awareness. There is no rush, no danger, only the slow, soothing pace of the river, carrying you through the cosmic hush. A quiet giggle surfaces in your mind, as small and soft as a moth's wings. Perhaps it comes from a photon teasing its neighbor, or from a star that forgot to shine on time. You let the thought float by, a tiny ember of humor curling through your chest, warming you, easing your tension. Even in the depths, in the shadows that seem profound and endless, there is laughter tucked in the folds, waiting to be noticed by patient eyes and gentle hearts. The shadows deepen further ahead, pulling the current into subtle spirals. You notice the way the river bends, the curves smooth, like silk brushing over your skin. There is no edge, no wall, no abrupt fall. Everything flows, everything folds, everything drifts as it should. The river has patience. You feel its patience in your own chest, where your heartbeat slows, where your thoughts untangle, where your eyelids flutter like tiny sails catching the calm breeze of the current. You imagine reaching forward to touch the edge of the shadow. Your hand moves slowly through the soft fold, brushing light and darkness together. There is no resistance, only texture, a subtle tug, a whisper. Perhaps this is how black holes guide the river, not by pulling sharply, but by bending gently, folding in a way that creates rhythm and pattern. You breathe in, drawing the shadow's soft coolness into your lungs, letting it mingle with warmth, letting it become part of the gentle glow that drifts through your awareness. The stars twinkle in patterns that feel like lullabies. You hear them in the quiet of your chest, each pulse of light matching the slow inhale and exhale of your body. The river of light folds in waves, like breath itself, curling gently, turning quietly, echoing your pulse, your presence, your quiet wonder. You let a tiny, soft laugh escape. Perhaps the universe is tickling you back. You drift a little closer to the deep shadow, allowing the current to cradle you, letting it fold you softly into its rhythm. There is a subtle weight, not heavy, not pressing, just noticeable, like a hand resting gently on your shoulder. You feel safe, held in the quiet embrace of the cosmic stream. You notice the shimmer of distant light bending as it approaches the shadow, and you realize the river is never silent. It murmurs. It hums. It whispers. You take another long, slow breath, filling every corner of your awareness with warmth, with light, with the soft pull of the shadows ahead. You notice the gentle tug along your spine, the slow stretch of the river's bend, and you allow yourself to float, completely, without hesitation. You are a part of the current. You are the current. You are the whisper, the shimmer, the fold. The river curves ahead. Shadows deepen. Light bends. And you drift, softly, gently, carried along, carried forward, your breath in tune with the river's hum, a soft exhale carrying you toward the unknown, curious yet unafraid, toward the gentle curve of the current waiting just beyond the horizon. You drift forward, carried by the gentle flow of the river of light. The warmth of distant stars brushes your skin like soft silk, and you feel a quiet pulse beneath your feet, a slow vibration that seems to hum through your bones. Your breath matches the river's rhythm, a long inhale, a soft exhale, a gentle wave flowing through you. You notice how the current bends, not sharply, not with urgency, but in slow arcs, like a ribbon curling in a playful breeze. Each curve guides you, nudges you, and you allow yourself to follow, trusting the gentle insistence of the stream. The current wraps around you, and you feel suspended, weightless, held in the invisible folds of space itself. Gravity, which once seemed sharp and demanding, now feels like a lullaby. It is a whisper, a soft murmur beneath the surface of the river, shaping the flow, creating the patterns that allow light, dust, and even you to move gracefully. You drift along, noticing tiny sparks of light tracing gentle paths in the bend, like lanterns floating lazily on a quiet pond. They curve, twist, and fold back into the stream, never rushing, never insisting, only guiding, only glimmering. You inhale slowly, feeling the curve of the river press softly against your awareness. There is no edge, no abrupt drop, no sharp turn. Everything bends with patience. The flow is deliberate, but not in a hurry. You imagine tracing the current with your fingers, following invisible lines, watching the light twist in elegant arcs, looping in delicate spirals. You notice that each bend carries its own hum, a subtle resonance that tickles the edges of your consciousness. Perhaps the universe is humming just for you, or maybe the river simply sings in a way too soft for most ears to hear. The bends grow smoother, broader. You follow them, leaning into the curve with your mind as much as your body. Each gentle turn feels like a slow dance, a rhythm you are invited to join. You notice the interplay of light and shadow along the current, glimmers fold into deeper pools, shimmering folds reflecting back like liquid mirrors. The shadows are not frightening. They are pauses in the flow, gentle breaths in the river, subtle reminders that stillness is part of motion, and motion is never without calm. You take a soft, long breath, noticing how the air, or perhaps the lack of air, feels against your skin. It is neither heavy nor cold, just a drifting presence, carrying warmth and the faint scent of distant stars. You exhale, letting the river fold you into its arcs, feeling the subtle tug of gravity as it guides you around invisible contours. You notice a tiny giggle, a small, delicate ripple along the current. Perhaps a photon bumps into another photon. Perhaps a distant star sneezes in its own quiet way. You smile softly. Even the universe has a sense of humor, tucked quietly into the spaces between light and shadow. The bends deepen now, the curves more pronounced, yet gentle as the arch of a swan's neck. You follow without effort, leaning into the rhythm, letting your breath match the rise and fall of the river. You notice how each curve reshapes the space around you. Dust drifts lazily along the edges, tiny sparks pirouetting in perfect, slow motion. The hum of distant galaxies becomes more distinct, a soft, pulsing chant in the background. It lulls you, reassures you, reminds you that even in the vastness, there is harmony, there is order, there is gentle intention. You feel the tug of the river under your hands as if you could reach out and trace the invisible currents. You imagine the path of each particle, each glimmer, moving in precise arcs that seem playful yet deliberate. The river flows, folds, and curves with care, carrying everything along, not forcing, not pulling, but cradling. You notice the subtle weight of your own body in the current, barely there, almost forgotten, yet supported in every bend. You exhale, feeling the warmth of the flow against your skin, soft and tender, as if the river itself is holding you in a gentle embrace. Your mind drifts into the loops of the current. You notice repetitions, tiny arcs of light folding over themselves, spirals echoing in the shadows, reflections bending back in soft, slow rhythm. You feel the gentle repetition seep into your awareness, like the soft tapping of rain against a window, or the quiet rocking of a cradle. Each fold, each curve, each loop reassures you, there is order here. There is calm here. The river moves in harmony, and so do you, so do you, so do you. You notice that the bends carry subtle warmth, not the fire of stars, not the sting of light, but a soft, embracing heat, like the memory of sunlight on skin long after dusk. It drifts across your shoulders, your arms, your chest, melting away tension you did not know you carried. You let a slow, measured laugh escape your lips, tiny and soft, curling around your awareness like a ribbon of light. Perhaps a drifting photon finds your sense of humor amusing. Perhaps the universe winks at you in its own quiet way. You drift further along the bends. You notice how the river curves around shadows, how it folds gently around pockets of darker space, as if these quiet areas are soft dips in a familiar path, inviting you to lean in, to rest, to feel the slow tug that guides you onward. You realize that gravity here is gentle, almost tender, and that black holes, which dwell further along the river, are the architects of these curves. They do not demand, they do not seize. They fold, they shape, they guide, like hands stroking a blanket over a sleeping child. Your chest rises with a long inhale, and the curve of the river deepens beneath you. You feel yourself melting into the arc, your awareness flowing like water around a stone, your thoughts curling softly along the folds of light. You notice the faint, distant shimmer of something ahead, just beyond the next bend, and you are not afraid. You are curious, yes, and calm, feeling the hum of the river vibrating in your bones. Each curve reassures you, the universe is a careful dancer, and you are its gentle partner. The bends begin to widen, the river smoothing into a slow, rolling current. You float, carried by the rhythm, the hum, the warmth, the slow grace of motion without effort. Tiny sparks twist lazily along the edges of the current, performing delicate pirouettes, dipping into shadows, and curling back into light. You notice that each spiral mirrors your own breathing, long and soft, a gentle echo of the river's quiet pulse. You feel the subtle humor of motion, the playfulness of light and shadow, and you allow it to wrap around your awareness like a warm shawl. You exhale fully, letting the current fold you into its wide, gentle arc, your mind and body synchronized with the slow, rhythmic curves of the river. You notice the faint tug in the distance, further along the bend, the hint of a deeper shadow, a quieter pause. You lean into the river's patience, knowing it will guide you without force. Your eyes, half closed, trace the arcs of light, the gentle waves of the flow, the subtle hum that vibrates beneath the current, and you feel your heartbeat align with the river. And so you drift, and so you flow, carried along by the arcs, the curves, the folds, the slow, careful guidance of the river of light, toward the soft pause that waits just beyond, toward the gentle bend that will cradle your next breath, toward the quiet invitation of the next fold, a soft, unresolved curl in the current, leading you onward, curious yet unafraid, as the river whispers of the mysteries yet to come. You float gently, carried by the endless current of the river of light. The air, or perhaps it is only the soft pulse of photons brushing against your skin, feels warm, comforting, like a favorite blanket draped over your shoulders. Your chest rises slowly with each inhale, a long, curling ribbon of breath, and drifts gently outward as you exhale. The hum of distant stars vibrates through the current, subtle, like the low resonance of a music box hidden beneath your bed. You feel each vibration in your bones, in your fingertips, a reminder that the river moves all around you, through you, and beneath you. Ahead, a shimmer appears, delicate and soft, like mist hovering over a quiet lake at dawn. It folds across the current, bending gently, not with force but with patience, a quiet invitation to move closer. This shimmer is the horizon, the event horizon, though it carries no urgency, no threat. It is a gentle threshold, a place where the river of light bends inward, where even the brightest photons slow, curling and folding into deeper currents. You notice the curve, the way the light stretches and arcs, and you exhale slowly, letting your mind follow the same rhythm, soft and measured. You feel a subtle tug, a gentle pull that is not alarming, only present, like the lull of water around a dock in the early morning. Your heartbeat slows, falling into the same pace as the river. You imagine the river folding over itself, creating a quiet space, a soft curve that invites you to linger, to notice, to breathe. You lean into the sensation, noticing the warmth along your arms and neck, the quiet brush of light against your skin, and the steady vibration beneath your chest that hums like a lullaby sung by the universe itself. The shimmer ripples faintly, responding to the current, bending and twisting, and you feel as if you were floating in a cradle made entirely of light. You notice shadows curling at the edges, deepening without urgency, reminding you of the soft dips in the river you passed earlier. They are folds, not abysses. They are pauses, quiet pockets where time slows, where space curves in on itself. The horizon is not a barrier. It is a lesson, a gentle reminder that surrender can be soft, that giving into the current is not frightening but restful. You inhale slowly, and as your lungs fill, you notice the shimmer shifting in waves, a slow ripple that mirrors your own rising chest. Your exhale carries the sensation outward, letting the current fold around you, guiding you with patience. You sense that here, near the horizon, the river changes its shape, as if reminding you that edges are not endings but transformations. You imagine the light bending like water flowing over a gentle rock, folding back upon itself in a quiet loop, and you feel the tug, subtle, welcoming, comforting. A small, soft giggle drifts through your awareness, a ripple in the current, perhaps from a playful photon, or maybe the river itself tickling your thoughts. You smile quietly. Even here, at the threshold, humor drifts softly like a feather across your mind, and it feels soothing. You notice that even as light folds inward, it carries stories, carrying warmth, carrying echoes of faraway stars. You exhale again, letting the tiny laughter curl through your chest and dissolve into calm. The shimmer stretches wider, and you notice the way the current bends around it, forming soft arcs, gentle spirals. You imagine tracing them with your hands, feeling the smooth, subtle curves. The light folds and folds again, never harsh, never sharp, always smooth, always deliberate in its softness. You feel the gentle tug in your fingertips, the vibration in your palms, and you realize that the horizon is not a place to fear but a rhythm to join. Your breath lengthens, curling in tandem with the river, inhaling the gentle shimmer, exhaling into the shadows. The space here feels thicker, richer, like velvet draped across your shoulders. You notice the folds of light carrying whispers from the distant reaches of the river. You hear them softly, as if the universe hums a lullaby, a slow song sung in spirals of photons and drifting dust. You feel the warmth of the current brushing against your skin, a tender, almost tangible caress, reminding you that the horizon is not empty, but alive with subtle motion. The river moves even when it seems still, even when you pause to notice the hush. You lean slightly into the bend of the river, noticing the way the horizon curves softly ahead. The pull is subtle, not demanding. You could drift here forever and it would carry you safely, like a gentle cradle, rocking with the soft, unhurried flow. You notice patterns forming in the shimmer, loops of light folding back on themselves, arcs repeated softly like tiny ripples across a still pond. You allow your mind to follow the curves, tracing the loops, letting each fold relax the tension from your shoulders, from your back, from your mind. The shadows deepen again, but they feel calm now, comforting almost, like soft folds of fabric tucked around you. You notice the shimmer weaving around them, guiding the river with patience, letting each fold settle gently. Your chest rises with a long inhale, your lungs curling like a gentle wave, and as you exhale, the river folds around you, carrying your breath forward along the shimmer. You notice the warmth, the soft brush of light, the gentle tug beneath your spine, and you allow it to lull you further into calm. You imagine your consciousness drifting alongside the current, observing tiny spirals of light twist gracefully around pockets of shadow. Each fold feels deliberate, measured, yet playful, like the slow swirl of cream in tea, curling without rush. You feel the river hum beneath your awareness, a resonance you can feel in your chest, your hands, your toes. The gentle vibration syncs with your heartbeat, and a quiet smile curls across your lips. Perhaps the universe is winking, or perhaps it's only the river folding in its own playful rhythm. You drift closer to the shimmer now, noticing the subtle pull, a slow, graceful tug that draws you forward without haste. The horizon curves gently, beckoning, folding inward, and you notice how the current stretches as if inviting you to move in tandem. You inhale, feeling the breath extend into the folds of light, and exhale, letting your body relax into the rhythm. You notice the way the current embraces the folds, how the river pauses and resumes, how light folds into shadow without resistance, and you let it mirror the softness within you. Tiny flickers of humor drift through again, a soft nudge in the current, a photon doing a slow pirouette, a star that seems to blink twice in playful mischief. You allow a quiet laugh to rise, barely audible, folding into your breath, curling along the river. Even at the threshold of transformation, even at the edge where light bends into itself, joy exists softly, tucked in folds of space and time. You exhale, and the river hums back, wrapping warmth around your awareness. The shimmer deepens, and the horizon opens further, stretching like a soft curtain, a threshold not of ending but of transformation. You lean into it, carried forward by the gentle pull, your mind curling with the arcs of light, your body floating in perfect alignment with the river. Each fold, each curve, each subtle spiral reassures you, there is no rush, there is no danger, there is only this flow, this soft current, this gentle dance of light and shadow. You drift closer still, feeling the tug beneath your spine, the warmth across your chest, the soft vibration through your limbs. You notice the way the river folds inward, creating a quiet space, a place of hushed wonder, a space that invites you to linger, to notice, to breathe. You feel your heartbeat slow, matching the rhythm of the current, inhaling with the fold, exhaling with the shimmer. The horizon is not a boundary. It is a gentle pause, a cradle, a soft bend in the river that carries you forward in trust. And so you float, carried by the fold, the shimmer, the gentle tug, the hush of the river, leaning into the light, leaning into the shadow, carried forward by the slow, unhurried rhythm, drawn toward the soft, deep mystery beyond, a threshold that whispers, a horizon that hums, a river that bends, folding your awareness gently into the calm that waits just beyond, ready to fold you once more into the slow, rolling currents of the next curve, drifting softly, peacefully, without urgency. You drift further along the river of light, carried by the soft, unhurried current. Each breath you take stretches slowly, curling into your chest like warm silk, then unwinds gently as you exhale. The hum of the river resonates in your bones, a steady, quiet vibration that makes your fingertips tingle softly. Your senses tune into the current, feeling its gentle embrace along your shoulders, across your arms, brushing the nape of your neck like a lullaby whispered in photons. You are weightless and grounded at the same time, floating and present, carried and aware. The river itself seems to stretch, lengthening in ways that feel impossible yet natural. Waves of light bend and curve, curling around invisible shapes, stretching outward into distant corners of the cosmos. You notice how each ripple moves, slow, deliberate, a gentle sigh of motion that seems to echo in your chest. The current whispers to you, there is no rush, there is no hurry. Time here is soft, flexible, pliable. You inhale, and the moment expands. You exhale, and it contracts just enough to let you notice the subtle patterns unfolding. The stars along the river pulse with a patient rhythm, distant glimmers stretching into lines, then curling softly back into points of light. You follow them with your gaze, or perhaps with your awareness, for your eyes do not need to move. Your mind drifts, drifting like a leaf on the current, carried along by the slow pulse, the gentle bend, the soft vibration beneath your awareness. Time itself stretches, bending with the river, curling around you, a soft and playful reminder that the universe moves in quiet, deliberate waves. You take a long inhale and feel it ripple through your body, each cell expanding with the quiet stretch of space. The exhale drifts outward, spilling into the river, brushing against the distant shimmer of a star folding in its own orbit. You notice how the folds of light and shadow move with such elegance, a gentle choreography of time and space. Each fold, each ripple, each soft loop reassures you. Even near the black holes, the rhythm persists, slow, soothing, comforting. A tiny, soft laugh drifts into your awareness, barely audible, curling like a ribbon of light. Perhaps it is a photon spinning in delight, or perhaps it is the river itself tickling your consciousness. You smile quietly, feeling the warmth ripple through your chest. Even in the stretches where shadows fold and space curves, humor drifts softly, a gentle companion reminding you that the river is playful, tender, kind. You exhale again, letting the tiny laugh dissolve into the folds of your awareness. You notice the way the current folds around invisible bends, how time stretches like soft fabric, pulled slowly along the edges of the river. Each second lengthens, curling gently, then softens back into the flow. Minutes ripple outward, unhurried, forming waves that extend for what feels like an eternity yet passes in a single, serene breath. You follow the rhythm, inhaling as the river stretches, exhaling as it folds, noticing the calm it brings to your body, to your mind, to your chest. The shimmer of distant light bends in response, curling softly into the folds of time. You feel it brushing against your skin, a warm caress along your arms and shoulders. The shadows stretch as well, slow and deliberate, their edges softened, folding into the light in gentle arcs. You notice that even the darkness has rhythm, a quiet patience, a slow pulse that matches the river's gentle vibration. Each fold is soft, deliberate, soft. You inhale again, allowing the rhythm to fill your awareness. The river hums beneath you, a slow, rolling vibration that travels along your spine. Your fingers brush against the current, feeling the subtle tug as light folds into shadow, as time stretches into itself. The sensation is neither urgent nor sharp, it is tender, almost like the weight of a soft blanket resting on your fingertips. You notice how your pulse aligns with the hum, how your heartbeat stretches to match the river's flow. You exhale slowly, letting the river fold around you, letting the current carry you forward in perfect alignment with its gentle, rolling rhythm. Tiny spirals of light drift past, twisting lazily, curling softly into themselves. You follow one with your awareness, noticing the delicate patterns it traces. They resemble ribbons floating in a slow breeze, delicate arcs tracing invisible paths in the river. You allow yourself to drift alongside them, feeling your awareness stretch along the loops and folds. Time, here, bends gently with the river. It is elastic, playful, tender, moving in soft waves that cradle you as surely as the current holds every particle of dust, every photon, every fragment of the cosmic stream. You take another long inhale, noticing the subtle warmth along your collarbones, the soft vibration brushing the back of your neck. Each breath seems to stretch a little longer than the last, and you let it, feeling the slow expansion of your awareness, of your presence, of your body floating in the river's gentle current. The hum beneath you resonates softly, a rolling tide beneath your skin, and you realize that this stretch, this expansion, is not an effort. It is a gift, a lullaby sung in photons and gravity, in folds of shadow and light. A gentle thought curls into your mind, soft as a feather drifting on the river. Perhaps the black holes are not endings but quiet stretches, pauses in the river, folds where time itself curls inward, breathing with the rhythm of space. You notice how each bend of the current stretches your awareness, pulling your mind into a slow, expansive calm. You exhale softly, letting the thought fold into your chest, curling warmth around your ribcage, carrying a soft smile with it. You notice the small playful glimmers in the distance, photons tracing gentle arcs around unseen folds. Perhaps one spins lazily, like a child twirling in a quiet room, or perhaps a star winks, curling its light gently in the river. You allow a quiet laugh to rise, soft and unobtrusive, and let it drift along the current. Even in these stretches of slow, expanding time, there is humor, there is lightness, there is warmth tucked in the folds of the river. You exhale fully, letting it curl into your chest, melting tension you did not know you carried. The folds of light deepen, stretching slowly ahead. You float, weightless, suspended in the gentle expansion, noticing how the river guides you without urgency. Your chest rises with a long inhale, expands as the current seems to expand with it, and then curls softly as you exhale, rolling outward into the calm. You feel time folding gently around you, bending without force, stretching without effort, a rhythm that feels like a slow, deliberate sigh of the universe itself. The shimmer of distant stars stretches into long arcs, curling into the river, folding softly against the current. Shadows dip and fold alongside them, forming gentle waves, quiet pockets of darkness that invite your awareness to rest, to notice, to drift. You lean slightly into the current, floating in perfect alignment with its slow, rolling expansion. Every inhalation feels like silk, every exhale like a soft curtain falling over your awareness, leaving you cradled in warmth, in light, in the gentle stretch of time. And so you drift, carried along the expanding arcs, the curling folds, the gentle tug of the river beneath you, inhaling slowly, exhaling softly, feeling each second stretch and fold in perfect rhythm with your heartbeat, your awareness, your breath, until the river carries you forward, toward the soft, subtle pull that bends into the shimmer ahead, toward the gentle, hushed horizon that waits, whispering softly, folding you into the next quiet, unfolding mystery of the cosmic stream. You drift gently along the river of light, carried by the same soft current that has guided you this far. Your breath stretches slowly, curling into your chest and spiraling outward as you exhale. The warmth of distant stars brushes your skin like gentle rays spilling through a quiet window. Beneath you, the river hums softly, vibrating through your limbs, a low, rolling whisper that makes your hands tingle. You feel suspended, weightless yet held, a passenger and a participant in the flow, carried with patience and care. Even in the deep folds of shadow, you notice tiny glimmers appearing along the current. They are subtle, delicate, like fireflies hovering just above the surface of a calm pond. You lean closer in your awareness, feeling the pull of curiosity, but not urgency. The glimmers drift lazily, spiraling in gentle arcs, flickering in quiet rhythm with your breath. Each one is a soft note in the river's song, a spark that refuses to vanish even where darkness seems to gather. You inhale slowly, and the glimmers seem to respond, curling slightly toward your awareness, like sparks acknowledging a gentle friend. You exhale, letting the sensation fold into your chest, and the warmth spreads through your shoulders and down your arms. The river of light is patient. It carries these tiny sparks along the current, nurturing them, letting them dance, letting them persist. You notice that even in the shadows, there is life, there is motion, there is quiet energy. A subtle hum arises from the depths of the current, a low, soothing vibration that seems to echo from the distant reaches of space. You feel it in your bones, in your fingertips, in the small of your back, and you allow yourself to melt into it. You notice how each glimmer traces arcs that mirror the river's gentle bends, folding light into shadow, weaving the currents together. It is as though the tiny sparks are reminders that light persists, that warmth persists, that even the most hidden corners of the river hold gentle radiance. You exhale slowly, noticing a soft ripple along the current. Perhaps a photon twists lazily, spinning like a child in a sunbeam, or perhaps a distant star winks, a playful glimmer that curls around the darkness. You smile quietly, feeling the tiny flicker of humor, soft and unintrusive, brushing against your awareness. Even here, near the quiet depths where light seems hesitant, the river carries joy, tucked delicately into folds of motion, waiting for patient eyes and gentle hearts to notice. The glimmers float closer, weaving through your awareness. You notice their paths, curling like tiny spirals of smoke in a calm breeze. They drift along, folding softly into shadows, tracing slow arcs across the river. You feel each fold, each loop, resonate in your chest, in your mind, in the small, quiet spaces where awareness stretches without effort. Your heartbeat slows, synchronizing with the gentle arcs, the quiet spirals, the soft flickers of persistent light. You lean slightly into the current, feeling the subtle tug beneath your spine, the warmth across your shoulders, the soft vibration beneath your palms. The river hums beneath you, a slow, rolling lullaby, carrying glimmers and shadows alike, folding them gently into the current. You notice that the folds of light are not static. They move, they dance, they fold, and they persist, just as you persist, just as your awareness drifts calmly along the river, carried in tandem with the gentle rhythm. You inhale deeply, feeling the glimmers curl into your awareness. Each spark seems to fold around your chest, brushing along your ribs, warming your lungs, and echoing in your thoughts. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth spread, noticing how the light folds in and out of shadows, never forced, always gentle, always patient. You smile softly, aware that even the most subtle sparks carry stories, small whispers of distant suns, quiet hints of the universe's persistent glow. A tiny flicker of humor dances in the corner of your awareness, a photon looping through a spiral that seems to wink at you. You laugh softly, curling it into your chest, letting it ride along your exhale into the folds of the river. Even the river knows how to play, how to weave a gentle smile into the folds of time and space. You inhale, letting the warmth curl into your awareness, noticing how each spark mirrors your breath, folding rhythm into rhythm, wave into wave. You drift along, noticing how the glimmers stretch and curl. Some spiral upward, others dip slowly into shadows, all moving with deliberate grace. They are small, yes, but persistent, reminders that even in darkness, light continues. You imagine following one along its lazy spiral, tracing it with your awareness, feeling it tug gently, as if inviting you to notice the quiet persistence of the river itself. You exhale fully, letting the shimmer fold into your chest, spreading warmth through your spine and shoulders, curling softly around your awareness. The shadows deepen slightly along the edges, but they are calm, softened by the persistent glow. You notice that the folds of darkness are not threatening, they are gentle, quiet, like soft curtains drifting in a still room. The glimmers weave through them, small and patient, carrying warmth and reassurance. You inhale slowly, letting the rhythm of the river match your own breath, expanding into a gentle, curling loop, and you exhale, letting the folds of light and shadow fold softly around your awareness. You notice the hum beneath the current, low and steady, a vibration that travels from distant reaches of the river into your chest. It is the pulse of the cosmos, soft and deliberate, a gentle heartbeat that guides your awareness. You feel yourself drifting in alignment with it, carried along in perfect harmony with the glimmers, the folds, the bends of light and shadow. You exhale fully, letting each fold, each curve, each tiny spark meld into your own rhythm, creating a gentle continuity that lulls you into calm. The glimmers flicker in gentle repetition, tracing soft arcs, looping in subtle, hypnotic patterns. You notice the rhythm, the micro-repetition, the slow curl of light into shadow, and you allow it to lull your awareness into a soft, steady focus. Your body feels light, cradled by the river, held in the folds of light and shadow. You inhale, feeling the warmth expand into your chest, exhale, letting the glow curl through your shoulders, your arms, your awareness. You notice a faint, subtle tug beneath your spine, the gentle invitation of the river's current to drift further along. You lean into it softly, letting the folds of light fold around you, wrapping your awareness in warmth and calm. The glimmers swirl alongside you, small and persistent, carrying reminders of the soft, patient persistence of light even in darkness. You exhale fully, letting the warmth curl into your awareness, letting the river hum beneath you, steady, gentle, and unwavering. And so you drift, carried along by the glimmers, the folds, the gentle tug beneath your awareness, inhaling slowly, exhaling fully, feeling each spark, each fold, each loop curl into your chest, your shoulders, your mind. You drift forward, carried effortlessly by the river of light, suspended in a calm, unhurried flow. Each breath stretches slowly, curling into your chest and unwinding in soft spirals as you exhale. Your body feels weightless, not loose, not adrift, but held tenderly by the current. The warmth of distant stars brushes your shoulders like a gentle hand, a soft glow that wraps around your awareness. The river hums beneath you, low and steady, vibrating through your spine and fingertips, whispering that you are safe, cradled, exactly where you belong. The current deepens here, pulling you slightly downward, yet the sensation is gentle, a lullaby of motion rather than force. You notice particles drifting lazily around you, tiny specks of dust, glimmers of light, motes that trace delicate arcs through the water of space. They swirl in slow, hypnotic loops, curling into shadows and spiraling back into the glow. You exhale slowly, letting the motion fold around your body, each particle brushing your skin like a whisper of warmth. The river folds beneath you, creating subtle waves, gentle undulations that lift and lower your awareness in perfect rhythm. You notice the pull of gravity here, soft and deliberate, not demanding, not harsh. It is a lullaby, a gentle tug that guides the particles, the light, and you along a slow, deliberate course. You lean slightly into the current, letting it carry your chest and shoulders forward, letting your awareness fold into its rhythm. You inhale, feeling the warmth curl into your lungs, exhale, letting it curl softly down your spine. Tiny glimmers drift past, like sparks caught in a slow, celestial breeze. They spiral and loop, tracing subtle arcs through the shadows, following invisible folds in the river. You notice the way their paths fold around one another, creating delicate, hypnotic patterns. Each spark feels alive, playful, persistent in its motion, a quiet companion in the gentle drift. You exhale fully, letting their soft light curl into your awareness, carrying a faint, joyful warmth into your chest. You notice the subtle tug beneath your fingers as you reach lightly into the river. The current responds softly, carrying your touch along its flow. Particles of dust and light drift lazily through your hands, brushing against your skin, brushing against your awareness. The sensation is tender, like a soft curtain brushing your cheeks or a feather tracing the back of your neck. You inhale slowly, noticing how the warmth spreads from your chest through your limbs, every breath folding you deeper into calm. The river hums beneath you, a soft, rolling vibration that resonates in your ribs, your shoulders, your spine. It is a lullaby that travels through space and time, stretching and folding like the gentle waves of a distant ocean. You lean slightly forward, letting the current carry your awareness along its gentle arcs, feeling the weightless drift beneath you, the subtle tug that guides you onward. You exhale slowly, letting the vibration spread warmth across your body. You notice particles folding into tiny spirals, circling the slow bends of the river. They move with a deliberate grace, curling around invisible folds of shadow, dipping into the faint glimmers, and rising again into the soft glow. You imagine tracing one with your awareness, letting it guide you along a path of quiet elegance, each loop a gentle reminder that even in the vast expanse of space, there is order, there is rhythm, there is soft persistence. You exhale fully, letting the motion curl into your chest. The warmth of the river touches your shoulders and arms, brushing along your back with gentle insistence. You notice how the glow curls softly around your fingertips, winding through your awareness in subtle spirals. Even the shadows here feel soft, welcoming, folding around the glimmers like velvet. You inhale slowly, letting the light and shadow fold into your chest, exhale, letting the warmth spread down your arms and through your fingers. The current hums beneath you, steady, rolling, continuous, a gentle cradle that carries you further into the drift. A tiny flicker of humor dances through your awareness, a photon looping through a spiral, spinning in playful delight, or perhaps the river itself winking at your presence. You smile softly, letting the gentle laugh curl through your chest. Even here, near the quiet depths, the universe folds joy into the folds of motion. You exhale, letting the warmth and the small laughs spiral along the river, tracing loops and arcs that blend seamlessly with the soft vibration beneath your awareness. You drift further, feeling the gentle tug of the current beneath your spine, the soft vibration in your shoulders and chest, the slow rolling hum along your limbs. The folds of the river stretch gently ahead, curving and bending, guiding you toward deeper spaces. Black holes wait further along the current, quiet guardians of the stream, shaping the river without haste, folding light and matter with deliberate care. You inhale, letting your awareness fold along with the river, exhale, letting warmth curl through your chest and shoulders. The glow of distant stars brushes the shadows along the river's edge, small arcs of light folding softly into the darkness. Tiny glimmers drift lazily, tracing gentle paths, spinning in slow spirals, weaving between folds of shadow. You notice the patterns, the soft repetition, the hypnotic rhythm, and you allow your awareness to drift with them. Each arc, each loop, each soft fold feels deliberate, reassuring, a gentle echo of the river's own rhythm. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth curl through your chest and down your arms. You lean into the current, feeling the soft tug beneath your body, letting it carry you effortlessly along the folds. The weightless drift continues, a gentle cradle that aligns with your heartbeat, your breath, your awareness. The river hums beneath you, a rolling, low vibration that spreads warmth through your spine and shoulders. You notice the faint play of light along the folds, the small arcs of glimmer dancing in the gentle current, and you allow your awareness to trace their paths, folding into their rhythm. The particles of dust and light curl softly around your fingertips, brushing your skin in gentle arcs. You notice how the glow stretches, how the shadows fold, how each movement follows the river's slow, deliberate pulse. You inhale fully, letting the warmth spiral through your awareness, exhale, letting it fold gently into your chest, into your arms, into the slow, weightless drift. The river moves steadily, cradling you, folding you, carrying you deeper into calm, deeper into the gentle rhythm that guides all motion. You exhale fully, noticing how each tiny glimmer, each gentle fold, each soft curve of the river wraps your awareness in calm. The warmth of light brushes your cheeks, the soft vibration hums through your chest, and your body feels light, yet cradled, held in the river's slow, unhurried motion. You inhale gently, curling awareness into the folds of the current, exhale fully, letting the drift carry you onward. You drift along the river of light, floating in the gentle current that has carried you this far. Your breath lengthens naturally, curling into your chest and slowly spiraling outward as you exhale. The warmth of distant stars brushes your skin, soft and tender, like sunlit silk falling over your shoulders. You notice the low hum of the river beneath you, a rolling, steady vibration that travels from your spine into your fingertips, grounding you, connecting you, reminding you that you are held. You feel weightless, yet entirely present, suspended in the gentle rhythm of motion without haste. As you move forward, you notice subtle threads stretching through the river, delicate ribbons of light that seem older than time itself. They curl and loop gently, tracing long paths through shadows and glimmers, bending with the river's curves. You inhale slowly, and the threads respond, weaving softly around your awareness. Exhaling, you feel the warmth fold into your chest, curling gently along your spine. The threads carry stories, whispers of light from distant stars, photons that have traveled eons, winding their way through the folds of space, folding memory into motion. You notice one thread drifting near your fingertips, curling softly like a leaf in a slow stream. You reach out lightly, and it responds, folding around your awareness without effort. It seems patient, unhurried, persistent. You feel a quiet wonder at its motion, at the way the thread moves with purpose yet without force, bending with the curves of the river, carrying the light of a star that once shone far, far away. Each thread carries a history, a whisper, a story, and you realize that even here, in the quiet folds of the river, the past continues to drift, soft and alive. The hum of the river resonates beneath you, gentle and rolling, a lullaby for your awareness. Each vibration aligns with the pulse of the threads, tracing loops and spirals that curl softly around your chest and shoulders. You inhale slowly, letting the warmth expand into your lungs, exhale fully, allowing it to spread through your arms and fingertips. You notice how the threads fold in and out of the current, looping gracefully around particles of dust and light, moving in a quiet choreography that feels both ancient and familiar. You allow your awareness to follow one particularly long thread, curling lazily through the folds of shadow. It twists, it folds, it spirals, carrying light that has journeyed across galaxies, bending and folding along the river's curves. You exhale, letting the motion fold into your chest, feeling the warmth spread gently into your shoulders, your back, your awareness. You notice the slow repetition of its loops, the hypnotic rhythm of its arc, and you allow it to lull you further into calm. The thread is persistent, gentle, patient, a quiet companion in the endless current. The river hums beneath you, carrying threads past and around you, intertwining in a subtle dance. You notice how some curl close to the surface, reflecting softly, like leaves catching sunlight on the water. Others sink slowly into shadow, curling into themselves, tracing invisible paths, moving with careful precision. You inhale fully, feeling your awareness fold into the loops. Exhale, letting the warmth ripple through your chest. The threads are not lost, not forgotten, they persist, bending and folding, whispering stories that only patient eyes and gentle minds can notice. A tiny flicker of humor drifts through your awareness, soft and delicate, a photon spinning slowly in a loop, twirling with a playful tilt. You smile quietly, feeling it brush your awareness like a soft feather, teasing without demand. Even here, among threads of memory that have traveled eons, there is a sense of play, a small joy tucked into the folds of the river. You exhale fully, letting the warmth and the subtle laughter ripple through your awareness, curling along the threads, folding gently into the folds of your chest. You notice how the threads weave around each other, forming delicate braids of light that spiral softly along the river's current. Some are long, stretching endlessly, while others curl in tiny, intimate loops. You imagine reaching out to trace one with your awareness, following its motion as it folds into shadow and light, looping gently around your fingertips. You inhale slowly, feeling the warmth expand into your lungs. Exhale fully, letting the motion curl into your chest. Each thread is a story, each spiral a whisper, a quiet note in the lullaby of the river. The glow of distant stars dances along the threads, brushing against the shadows, curling softly into the river. Particles drift lazily around them, tracing tiny arcs in response, adding gentle texture to the unfolding story. You notice how the threads carry a quiet persistence, a gentle insistence that nothing is truly lost, only transformed. You inhale, letting the folds of light curl into your awareness. Exhale, feeling the warmth spread along your shoulders, down your arms, wrapping your chest in soft, patient calm. The threads continue to drift, winding around folds of shadow, looping through glimmers, carrying faint echoes of stars long gone, bending in the slow motion of the river. You exhale fully, feeling the warmth fold into your awareness, curling gently along your spine. The hum beneath you rises subtly, a rolling vibration that carries the threads along, guiding them, folding them, shaping their motion without haste. You lean slightly into the current, feeling yourself fold into the rhythm, weightless yet present, aware yet calm. You notice how each thread seems to respond to the tug of the river, bending around folds, curling gently in arcs that mirror the slow expansion of your awareness. You inhale fully, letting the warmth fill your chest. Exhale, letting it spread down your arms and into your fingers. The threads drift lazily, persistent yet gentle, carrying stories, carrying memory, carrying light through the endless current. You allow yourself to follow them softly, your awareness tracing their folds, curling into the rhythm, letting the motion lull you further into calm. Tiny sparks drift alongside the threads, weaving around them, tracing subtle, hypnotic arcs. Some twirl in delicate spirals, some fold into shadows, all moving with soft persistence. You notice the hypnotic rhythm of repetition, the slow curls and loops, the arcs that mirror your own gentle breathing. Inhale, exhale, each breath folding into the river, curling along the threads, wrapping your awareness in warmth and calm. The river hums beneath you, the threads swirl around you, and you feel held, cradled, weightless, and entirely safe. You exhale fully, noticing the threads curling gently ahead, spiraling through glimmers, folding into subtle shadows, carrying faint whispers along the river. You inhale slowly, letting the warmth expand into your chest. Exhale, letting it ripple through your shoulders and arms. The threads are patient, the river is patient, and you are patient too, drifting, suspended in the soft, endless fold of time and light. You notice that even the oldest threads carry life, carry warmth, carry gentle stories waiting to be noticed. You drift deeper into the river of light, carried effortlessly along its gentle, rolling current. Your chest rises with a long, curling inhale, expanding warmth into your lungs, and falls slowly as you exhale, letting the sensation ripple through your shoulders and down your spine. The river hums softly beneath you, low and steady, a vibration that travels from the tips of your fingers to the soles of your feet, wrapping you in quiet reassurance. You feel weightless yet held, suspended in the current, cradled in calm. Ahead, the river stretches endlessly. The glimmers of light curl softly into the folds of shadow, tracing arcs that seem to go on forever. You inhale slowly, noticing the gentle tug beneath your awareness, the subtle pull that draws you forward. You exhale fully, letting the warmth curl through your chest, your arms, your fingers. Infinity is here, not vast and frightening, but soft and expansive, a slow rhythm that invites you to linger, to notice, to breathe. You close your eyes gently and feel the river wrap around you. The hum beneath you deepens, a rolling vibration that resonates through your body like a low, steady song. It curls softly along your spine, brushing your shoulders, wrapping warmth around your chest. You notice the texture of the silence here, soft, expansive, gentle, comforting. There is no pressure, no demand, only a quiet invitation to drift with the current. You inhale fully, feeling the warmth spread through your awareness, exhale, letting it fold gently into your body. The glimmers along the river fold inward, spiraling softly around unseen folds of shadow. Each curl, each loop, each gentle arc seems deliberate, patient, a quiet echo of the river's rhythm. You notice the faint tug beneath your fingers, the subtle vibration that responds to your awareness. You exhale slowly, letting it fold into your chest, feeling the weightless drift carry you forward, deeper into calm. Infinity stretches around you, but it does not press, it simply is, a gentle cradle of light and shadow, holding you, humbling you, comforting you. You notice tiny sparks dancing along the edges of the river, tracing subtle loops, spiraling gently through shadows. They carry the faintest warmth, playful and tender, drifting alongside the endless folds. A soft, quiet giggle drifts into your awareness, perhaps a photon spinning in delight, perhaps the river itself nudging your mind with gentle humor. You allow a quiet smile to rise, letting it curl into your chest, folding warmth through your shoulders, your spine, your fingertips. Even infinity carries a whisper of playful light. The river hums beneath you, a rolling vibration that seems to stretch into eternity. You inhale, letting the warmth spiral through your chest, exhale, letting it ripple softly down your arms and along your spine. Each fold of shadow, each glimmer of light, each subtle curl of the river moves in deliberate, hypnotic rhythm. You notice how the folds of light trace soft arcs, looping gently through shadows, folding endlessly, yet calmly, like silk curling around itself in a quiet room. You feel the tug beneath your spine, soft and deliberate, carrying your awareness forward without haste. The glimmers stretch along the current, forming subtle spirals that seem to echo into infinite distance. You exhale fully, letting the warmth fold into your chest, the hum beneath you vibrating gently through your awareness. Each breath, each inhalation, each exhalation seems to synchronize with the gentle, rolling current of the river. Infinity is not vast in a frightening way, it is a lullaby that stretches through space and time, a gentle cradle that holds everything. A faint spark twirls near your awareness, spinning slowly, looping softly around invisible folds. You notice the delicate repetition, the hypnotic rhythm, and you let it guide your breath. Inhale, exhale, folding the rhythm into your chest, curling it softly into your spine. The river hums beneath you, steady and patient, carrying you, wrapping you, holding you in its soft embrace. Each glimmer, each fold, each curl of shadow seems to whisper, gently, "You are safe, you are calm, you are held." You drift, noticing how the river folds upon itself, curling softly into arcs that seem endless. You imagine tracing the folds with your awareness, following one gentle curve into another, letting your mind fold into the rhythm. Each loop, each spiral, each soft arc reassures you. Infinity is a gentle rhythm, not a void. You inhale slowly, letting warmth expand through your awareness, exhale fully, letting the calm curl into your chest, your shoulders, your arms. The shadows along the river's edge deepen, but they feel soft, inviting, a quiet contrast to the glimmers of light that spiral lazily through the current. You notice the delicate interplay between light and shadow, the folds curling around one another, spiraling without urgency, coexisting in gentle harmony. You exhale slowly, letting your awareness fold into the rhythm, letting the warmth spread through your shoulders and chest. Infinity is not emptiness, it is a lullaby of subtle motion, a soft vibration that carries everything without rush. A tiny flicker of humor drifts into your awareness, a photon spinning in a slow loop, twirling in playful delight. You smile softly, letting it curl into your chest, tracing warmth through your arms, your fingers, your awareness. Even here, in the vast, hushed expanse, the river allows small joy, quiet delight tucked into the folds of motion. You exhale fully, letting the warmth spiral outward, curling softly into the current, blending with the hum of the river beneath you. The river continues, rolling, folding, stretching without end. Glimmers fold into shadows, loops curl into spirals, subtle patterns repeat endlessly, hypnotically, gently. You inhale fully, letting the rhythm fill your awareness, exhale, letting the warmth ripple along your spine and through your chest. Infinity stretches, yet it does not demand. It carries you, holds you, allows you to drift with perfect ease, suspended in the gentle rhythm of light and shadow. You notice the pull of the river beneath your fingers, the subtle vibration beneath your chest. You lean into it softly, letting your awareness fold into the rhythm, curling gently into the flow. The hum beneath you rises and falls, soft and rolling, a lullaby that stretches through space and time. You exhale fully, letting the warmth fold into your chest, inhale slowly, letting it spiral through your shoulders, your arms, your awareness. Infinity is soft, expansive, welcoming. And so you drift, carried along the endless river of light, folded gently into the hum, the glimmers, the soft arcs of shadow and glow, inhaling slowly, exhaling fully, weightless, cradled, aware yet relaxed. The river stretches on, soft, unhurried, folding you gently into its rhythm. You drift along the river of light, floating in its soft, rolling current, cradled by warmth that curls through your chest and spreads along your shoulders. Your breath lengthens naturally, curling into your chest and slowly spiraling outward as you exhale. The hum of the river vibrates gently beneath you, a low, soothing vibration that carries through your spine and fingertips. Each inhale draws you closer to the gentle flow, each exhale lets you fold further into the rhythm of the river. You feel weightless yet held, suspended in calm awareness, your body and mind aligning with the motion of light and shadow. Ahead, the current curves subtly, creating gentle folds where glimmers of light loop and spiral softly. You notice echoes of patterns repeating along the river, delicate reflections folding into themselves, carrying motion, light, and warmth. Each fold, each spiral, each echo feels deliberate yet effortless, a quiet symmetry in the flow. You inhale slowly, feeling the warmth curl into your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple along your arms and shoulders. The river hums beneath you, carrying every fold, every echo, every reflection with soft persistence. Tiny glimmers trace delicate arcs along the river's curves, spiraling gently around folds of shadow. Some loop softly into themselves, others reflect across the current, creating subtle patterns that mimic one another. You notice the repetition, the gentle symmetry, and you allow your awareness to follow it, curling softly along the arcs. Each echo of light seems to whisper, a quiet reminder that the universe moves in harmony, that even the tiniest spark has its place in the endless river. You exhale fully, feeling the warmth fold into your chest, the patterns curling softly into your awareness. You lean slightly into the current, feeling the subtle tug beneath your spine, the soft vibration beneath your chest. The glimmers reflect softly, tracing arcs that fold into the shadows, looping delicately along invisible folds. You notice the tiny spirals, the subtle repetitions, and you let them guide your awareness like a gentle lullaby. Each echo carries warmth, each reflection carries calm, each fold carries the quiet persistence of the river itself. You inhale slowly, feeling your awareness curl into the motion, exhale fully, letting the warmth ripple through your shoulders, your spine, your fingertips. A subtle flicker of humor drifts through your awareness, a photon looping playfully in a gentle spiral. You smile quietly, feeling the laugh curl into your chest, folding warmth along your shoulders, your arms, your awareness. Even here, among echoes and reflections that have traveled across the river, the universe holds small delight, tucked softly into folds of motion. You exhale fully, letting the warmth and gentle laughter spiral outward, blending seamlessly with the hum of the river beneath you. You notice shapes curling along the current, mirrored forms that fold gently into one another. Each reflection traces a soft, looping arc that folds into the river's motion, creating hypnotic patterns that seem to resonate with your own awareness. You inhale fully, feeling the warmth spiral through your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple through your shoulders and arms. The echoes fold softly along the current, carrying quiet reminders of connection, of continuity, of gentle symmetry in the vast expanse of space. The river hums beneath you, low and steady, carrying reflections that curl and loop endlessly. You feel the subtle tug beneath your fingers as you trace the arcs of light, watching them fold into themselves and into one another. Tiny sparks of glow twist gently along the curves, like whispers of distant stars folding into the river. You exhale slowly, feeling the warmth curl through your chest, through your spine, curling softly along your awareness. Each echo, each reflection, is a small lullaby, a gentle note in the vast, rhythmic song of the river. You follow one particular reflection as it curls into the current, spiraling slowly around shadows. You notice the subtle folds of motion, the hypnotic repetition, and you allow your awareness to drift along with it. Each arc of light carries calm, each loop carries warmth, each fold carries gentle reassurance. You inhale fully, feeling the warmth expand into your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple along your arms and fingertips. The reflections mirror your breath, folding rhythm into rhythm, echo into echo, wave into wave. A faint giggle drifts into your awareness, perhaps a photon spinning playfully, perhaps the river itself teasing your mind with quiet joy. You smile softly, letting it fold into your chest, curling warmth along your shoulders and spine. Even here, among the reflections of distant light and shadows, there is play, gentle delight tucked into the folds of the river. You exhale fully, letting the warmth spiral outward, blending seamlessly into the echoes that loop endlessly along the current. You notice how the folds of light trace soft, hypnotic arcs, looping gently through shadows and glimmers alike. The reflections spiral lazily, forming subtle braids of motion, curling softly into one another. You follow one with your awareness, tracing it along the folds of the current, inhaling slowly, letting the warmth spiral into your chest, exhaling fully, letting it ripple through your shoulders and fingertips. The echoes carry quiet persistence, gentle reminders of the rhythm and symmetry that pervades the river. You lean slightly into the current, feeling the soft tug beneath your spine, the rolling hum beneath your chest. The reflections fold in tandem with your breath, in sync with the gentle pulsation of the river beneath you. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Each fold, each spiral, each loop draws your awareness deeper into the soft rhythm, curling warmth along your chest and shoulders, your arms and fingers. The echoes and reflections remind you that even in the vastness of space, there is gentle continuity, a quiet harmony that carries all things along the current. The glimmers continue to twist and fold, forming subtle, hypnotic arcs that trace patterns through the shadows. You notice the repetition, the echo, the reflection, and you allow your awareness to drift along them. Each movement is deliberate yet gentle, persistent yet soft, carrying warmth and calm along the river. You exhale fully, letting the folds curl into your chest, your shoulders, your spine. The hum beneath you rises and falls in quiet response, folding your awareness gently into the rhythm of the current. You drift, weightless and cradled, carried by the hum, the folds, the reflections, the echoes that swirl softly around you. Each breath curls into the current, each exhale folds into the motion, aligning your awareness with the gentle, hypnotic rhythm of the river. You notice how each echo carries a memory, each reflection carries a fold of time, each loop carries soft reassurance. You inhale slowly, feeling warmth expand into your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple softly through your awareness. You drift forward, carried gently by the river of light, curling softly along its slow, unhurried current. Your breath stretches long and curling into your chest, exhaling slowly, spreading warmth through your shoulders, down your spine, into the tips of your fingers. The hum beneath you vibrates gently, a rolling lullaby that cradles you, weaving the river's gentle rhythm into your awareness. You feel weightless yet held, floating in the current, at ease, at peace, entirely present in this soft, luminous motion. The glimmers of light spiral lazily along the river, weaving in and out of folds of shadow. You notice the gentle arcs and loops, the hypnotic repetition, and you allow your awareness to drift with them, curling softly around the folds. Each spark carries warmth, each fold carries calm, each loop carries a quiet reminder that the river moves in harmony, always gentle, always patient. You exhale fully, letting the warmth ripple through your chest, curling softly along your spine and shoulders. The deep shadows of the black hole recede slightly behind you, not vanishing, only folding into memory, softened by distance. You notice how the glimmers continue to drift along the current, looping softly, spiraling gently, persistent yet delicate. They carry traces of light that have traveled across unimaginable distances, whispering quietly to your awareness. You inhale slowly, letting warmth curl into your chest, exhale fully, letting it spread along your arms and down to your fingertips. The black hole is not frightening, it is a quiet guardian of the river, shaping the current, folding space and light, leaving behind gentle memories for patient eyes to notice. You feel the soft tug of the current beneath your spine, the gentle vibration beneath your chest, carrying you further along the folds of the river. Particles drift lazily, curling in gentle arcs around glimmers and shadows alike. You lean softly into the current, letting it guide your awareness, your chest, your shoulders, your fingers. The river hums beneath you, steady and rolling, a quiet lullaby that stretches along every fold, every loop, every spiral of light. You exhale fully, letting the warmth curl into your awareness, wrapping your body in calm. The glimmers twist softly, tracing delicate arcs around invisible folds of shadow. You notice the subtle repetition, the hypnotic rhythm, the slow curling of motion into itself. Each fold carries a whisper, each loop a reminder, each spiral a gentle note in the river's lullaby. You exhale, letting the warmth spread through your chest, your spine, your arms, curling softly into every part of your awareness. You inhale, letting the light spiral into your lungs, expanding warmth through your shoulders, your back, your fingertips. A tiny flicker of humor drifts into your awareness, playful yet subtle, a photon spinning softly in a spiral, a small loop that curls into the folds of the river. You smile quietly, letting the gentle laughter curl into your chest, tracing warmth along your shoulders and arms. Even here, among the slow folds of light and shadow, the river allows delight, tucked softly into its motion. You exhale fully, letting warmth and playful flicker spiral outward, curling gently into the current. The deep shadows behind you fold into the memory of the river, no longer pressing, no longer vast or intimidating. You notice the subtle tug of glimmers along the current, looping softly, spiraling lazily, carrying quiet warmth along every fold. Each reflection of light mirrors another, echoing patterns that fold softly into the river's motion. You inhale slowly, letting the warmth spiral through your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple through your arms, your fingers, your spine. Each loop, each arc, each fold reminds you that the river moves with gentle care, carrying everything along its path without rush. You drift further, weightless, cradled, carried by the gentle hum beneath you, curling softly along the arcs and folds of light and shadow. The glimmers trace slow, hypnotic spirals, looping into subtle braids that fold softly along the river's current. You notice the repetition, the soft echo, the quiet harmony, and allow your awareness to fold along with them. Inhale, exhale, each breath synchronizing with the gentle pulse, the subtle vibration, the hypnotic rhythm of the river itself. Particles of light drift around you, tracing arcs along the folds of the river, curling softly in gentle spirals. You notice how the shadows bend, how the glimmers fold, how the current carries everything along its gentle rhythm. You exhale fully, letting warmth fold into your chest, curl along your spine, expand into your awareness. Each breath, each inhale, each exhale aligns with the river, folding you softly into its motion, carrying you gently forward. The river hums beneath you, rolling low and steady, vibrating softly along your chest, your shoulders, your spine. The black hole is now a distant memory, a quiet fold in the current, softened, distant, not pressing, not frightening. You notice how the glimmers continue to fold into the river's motion, persistent, gentle, delicate, carrying faint echoes of the past along gentle arcs and loops. You exhale fully, letting warmth spiral through your awareness, curling softly into every fold of your body. You lean slightly into the current, noticing the soft tug beneath your spine, the rolling vibration beneath your chest, carrying you forward. The glimmers trace arcs that fold into subtle shadows, curling into spirals, looping softly into the folds of the river. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth fold into your chest, spreading through your shoulders and arms, curling along your spine. The current cradles you, carries you, holds you in perfect weightless calm, folding your awareness softly into every motion, every gentle curl, every quiet hum. A faint playful flicker drifts through your awareness, a photon spinning softly in a spiral, twirling gently along the river. You smile quietly, letting it curl into your chest, tracing warmth along your shoulders and arms. Even here, as the black hole recedes into memory, the river allows gentle play, tucks softly into folds of motion. You exhale fully, letting warmth spiral outward, curling into the soft hum of the current, blending with glimmers, shadows, and folds. You notice the gentle repetition of patterns, the soft arcs of light, the spirals folding softly along the river. Each reflection mirrors another, echoing along the folds of the current. You inhale slowly, letting warmth expand through your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple through your spine, arms, and fingers. The river hums beneath you, steady, rolling, persistent, carrying you softly forward, curling you into calm, weightless, perfect ease. The glimmers continue their slow, hypnotic loops, spiraling gently through the folds of the river, carrying warmth along each arc. You exhale fully, letting the warmth fold into your chest, your shoulders, your spine. You inhale slowly, letting the light spiral through your awareness, exhale fully, letting it ripple through your arms, your fingers, your awareness. The river carries you forward, cradled, weightless, held in the gentle current of motion and light. And so you drift, curling softly along the gentle arcs of the river, exhaling fully, inhaling slowly, weightless, cradled, aware yet calm. The black hole recedes into memory, leaving behind only warmth, glimmers, folds, and quiet persistence. The river hums beneath you, carrying you gently, curling softly, guiding you toward the soft exit of your journey, toward the gentle twilight of reflection, toward the calm, expansive stillness that lingers after the river's song. You drift gently along the river of light, curling softly in its slow, unhurried current. Your breath lengthens naturally, rolling into your chest and spiraling outward as you exhale. The hum beneath you is low and steady, a vibration that travels from your shoulders to your fingertips, grounding you in calm. You feel weightless, yet cradled, suspended in the gentle flow, aware of the subtle warmth of glimmers brushing softly along your arms and face. Ahead, the current twists delicately, creating quiet folds where tiny glimmers trace secret paths. They spiral softly around folds of shadow, curling lazily in arcs you might have missed if you were moving too quickly. You notice these hidden trails, delicate and playful, carrying light that has found a way through folds of space, escaping along the gentle arcs of the river. You inhale slowly, letting warmth curl into your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple softly down your spine and arms. The glimmers trace faint loops, folding around invisible bends, following trails that feel intimate and deliberate. You follow one with your awareness, letting it guide you softly along the river's gentle folds. It curls and twists, looping softly into shadows, spiraling through light, creating a delicate, hypnotic rhythm. You exhale fully, letting the warmth fold into your chest, spreading through your shoulders and fingertips. These secret paths are not hurried, not insistent, they invite your curiosity, patient and gentle, whispering, notice, linger, drift. You lean slightly into the current, feeling the soft tug beneath your spine and the rolling hum beneath your chest. The glimmers twist in arcs, fold into shadows, loop along invisible folds of the river. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth curl into your awareness, your spine, your shoulders. Each secret path feels like a small, playful story, tucked into the river's motion, waiting for you to notice it, to trace it, to fold gently into its rhythm. A tiny flicker of humor drifts into your awareness, a photon spinning in a subtle spiral, twirling softly along the hidden arc. You smile quietly, letting the gentle laughter curl into your chest, tracing warmth along your arms and shoulders. Even here, among the quiet secrets of light, the river allows playful delight tucked into motion. You exhale fully, letting warmth and tiny joy spiral outward, curling softly into the folds of the river, blending seamlessly with glimmers and shadows. You notice glimmers splitting softly, tracing multiple arcs through subtle folds, weaving delicate patterns through the current. Some curl into shadows, some loop into glimmers, forming tiny braids that fold softly into the flow. You inhale fully, letting warmth spiral into your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple along your spine, arms, and fingers. The secret passages seem alive, persistent yet gentle, flowing with the patient rhythm of the river itself. The current folds gently around your awareness, carrying you forward, curling softly along arcs of light and shadow. You notice the glimmers bending around hidden folds, spiraling in gentle loops, tracing trails that feel deliberate yet effortless. You follow one with soft attention, letting your awareness drift along its curve, inhaling slowly, exhaling fully, letting warmth fold into your chest, your spine, your shoulders. Each secret path is a small note in the river's song, a whisper of curiosity, a gentle invitation to linger, to notice, to wonder. Tiny sparks drift lazily alongside, tracing delicate arcs that intertwine with glimmers. Some spiral playfully, twirling softly through invisible folds, creating subtle echoes along the current. You exhale fully, letting the warmth curl into your awareness, spreading through your chest, down your arms, curling gently along your spine. You inhale, letting the glimmers spiral into your chest, exhale fully, letting the calm ripple outward, carried gently along the secret paths of light. You notice that each hidden trail carries warmth, subtle and persistent, a quiet whisper of cosmic motion. It curves gently through shadows, loops softly through glimmers, folding into the river's current like silk curling in gentle waves. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth spiral through your chest, down your arms, along your spine. Each breath folds into the river's rhythm, each loop carries calm, each curve invites you to drift further, softly, weightless, cradled. A faint flicker of humor drifts softly in your awareness, a photon twisting in a gentle spiral, looping playfully through the shadows. You smile quietly, letting it fold into your chest, curling warmth along your shoulders, arms, and spine. Even in the quiet, hidden corridors of light, the river allows playful delight tucked into the folds of motion. You exhale fully, letting warmth and subtle joy spiral outward, blending seamlessly into the secret passages that guide you forward. The glimmers continue to trace subtle, hypnotic arcs through shadows, folding softly around unseen curves. Each loop, each spiral, each gentle echo of light carries stories, small notes of persistence, delicate whispers of the universe's quiet continuity. You inhale fully, letting warmth curl into your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple gently through your arms and shoulders, tracing soft lines along your spine. The secret paths invite your awareness to drift, to notice, to fold into the calm, hypnotic rhythm of the river. You lean slightly into the current, feeling the soft tug beneath your spine, the gentle vibration beneath your chest. The glimmers trace delicate spirals along folds of shadow, looping into the arcs of the river. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth fold into your awareness, your chest, shoulders, and spine. Each secret path, each hidden trail, each gentle fold of light invites you to linger, to notice, to drift without urgency, carried softly along the river's patient motion. You drift further, weightless, cradled, carried gently by the hum of the river beneath you. Glimmers trace arcs, fold into shadows, loop softly through gentle spirals. You notice the subtle repetition, the hypnotic symmetry, the slow rhythm that curls softly into your awareness. You inhale fully, letting warmth expand through your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple along your spine, your arms, your fingers. The secret passages of light carry quiet persistence, patient and gentle, whispering calm along every fold. You drift along the river of light, curling softly in its slow, unhurried current. Your chest rises with a long, curling inhale, exhaling slowly, letting warmth ripple through your shoulders, down your spine, along the tips of your fingers. The hum beneath you vibrates low and steady, a rolling lullaby that cradles your awareness. You feel weightless yet held, suspended in the gentle flow, your breath curling into the rhythm of the river. The glimmers and folds of light begin to soften, tracing subtle arcs along the gentle current. Shadows fold into the flow, curling softly around tiny points of luminescence. You notice how each curl, each loop, each gentle fold is deliberate, patient, hypnotic, creating a rhythm that mirrors your own breathing. You inhale fully, letting warmth spiral through your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple along your spine, arms, and fingertips. The river has slowed, softened, carrying you gently toward twilight. A faint flicker of humor drifts into your awareness, a photon looping softly, spiraling in playful delight. You smile quietly, letting it curl into your chest, spreading warmth along your shoulders and arms. Even here, as the river slows into night, playful delight lingers, tucked into folds of motion, subtle and gentle. You exhale fully, letting warmth and quiet joy spiral outward, blending seamlessly with the muted glimmers around you. The deep shadows fold softly into the current, stretching lazily along the river's gentle arcs. Glimmers trace subtle, hypnotic spirals through folds of shadow, looping into quiet braids that fold softly along the flow. You follow one with your awareness, letting it guide you gently, curling softly along your chest, shoulders, spine. Each fold carries warmth, each loop carries calm, each spiral carries the quiet persistence of the river itself. You notice the hush of the universe around you, a soft settling into night. The hum beneath you deepens, low and rolling, vibrating through your chest, your spine, your shoulders. You inhale fully, letting warmth expand into your awareness, exhale slowly, letting it ripple softly along your arms, your fingertips. The river's motion slows to a tender, reflective rhythm, a gentle lullaby that carries all things forward without hurry. Glimmers drift lazily through shadows, spiraling softly, curling in gentle arcs, tracing patterns that fold into the current like silk. Each loop, each fold, each subtle echo of light carries stories, delicate whispers of time and motion, of stars long past and photons traveling softly through space. You exhale fully, letting warmth fold into your chest, spiraling softly along your spine and shoulders. You inhale, letting the glimmers curl into your awareness, exhale, letting the calm ripple outward along your arms and fingers. The river hums beneath you, low and steady, carrying the gentle folds of light and shadow along its soft, unhurried current. You lean slightly into it, feeling the subtle tug beneath your spine, the vibration beneath your chest. The folds and arcs curl softly around your awareness, winding along the gentle curves of the river, looping around glimmers, spiraling through shadows. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth fold into your chest, your shoulders, your spine. Each breath folds rhythm into rhythm, each fold carries gentle reassurance, each curl carries calm. You notice the soft intimacy of the river's night, the way glimmers fold into shadows, folding into one another in delicate harmony. Tiny sparks drift lazily through the arcs, curling softly in playful, hypnotic spirals. You inhale fully, letting warmth spiral into your chest, exhale fully, letting it ripple along your arms, your fingers, your awareness. The night settles around you like a soft blanket, folding gently along the folds of light and shadow, carrying you into calm. A faint, playful flicker drifts into your awareness, a photon spinning softly, twirling in quiet delight. You smile, letting it curl into your chest, tracing warmth along your shoulders and arms. Even in the slow embrace of night, there is quiet joy tucked into folds of motion, subtle and gentle. You exhale fully, letting warmth and laughter spiral outward, curling softly along the river, blending seamlessly with the glimmers and shadows. The current slows further, folding gently into the softest arcs. The glimmers curl along hidden paths, spiraling lazily, tracing subtle braids through folds of shadow. You follow one softly, letting your awareness drift along its curve, inhaling fully, exhaling slowly, curling warmth into your chest, spine, shoulders. The gentle rhythm of the river, the soft folding of light and shadow, carries you into the calm, reflective embrace of night. You drift, weightless, cradled, carried by the slow hum beneath you. Glimmers fold softly around arcs and spirals, looping gently through shadows. You notice the quiet symmetry, the hypnotic repetition, the subtle rhythm that curls softly into your awareness. You inhale fully, letting warmth expand through your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple along your spine, your arms, your fingers. Each fold, each spiral, each gentle arc reminds you that the river carries everything gently, patiently, persistently. You lean slightly into the current, feeling the soft tug beneath your spine, the gentle vibration beneath your chest. Glimmers spiral softly along hidden folds, curling into arcs of shadow, folding gently along the river's motion. You exhale slowly, letting the warmth fold into your awareness, your chest, your shoulders, your spine. Each loop, each fold, each gentle motion carries quiet reassurance, patient rhythm, subtle lullaby. You drift further, weightless, cradled, curling softly along the river's gentle arcs. The hush of night deepens, stretching lazily along the current, curling softly into glimmers, shadows, and folds. You inhale fully, letting warmth spiral through your chest, exhale slowly, letting it ripple through your arms, your fingers, your awareness. The river hums beneath you, steady, low, rolling, carrying you gently along its soft, hypnotic flow. Each fold, each loop, each spiral invites you to linger, to notice, to drift, suspended in calm awareness, weightless, cradled, serene. A tiny flicker of playful light drifts through your awareness, twirling softly in delicate spirals. You smile quietly, letting it curl into your chest, tracing warmth along your shoulders and spine. Even here, as the river settles into the quiet, expansive embrace of night, playful delight lingers, tucked into folds of motion, subtle, soft, gentle. You exhale fully, letting warmth spiral outward, curling into the soft hum of the river, blending seamlessly with glimmers, shadows, and folds. And so you drift, curling softly along the gentle, hypnotic arcs of light and shadow, exhaling fully, inhaling slowly, weightless, cradled, aware yet calm. The night stretches infinitely around you, folding softly along glimmers, shadows, and the river's quiet current. You feel the calm, the warmth, the soft persistence of motion curling into your awareness. You drift fully into rest, carrying the river's gentle rhythm, its soft hum, its quiet intimacy, its patient, hypnotic lullaby. You close your eyes, feeling the river wrap softly around you, glimmers and shadows folding gently into one another. Each breath curls into the current, each exhale folds into the folds of night. You are weightless, cradled, at peace, carried softly along the gentle, unhurried river of light. The universe's lullaby settles around you, carrying you fully into serene, reflective rest.